Hey friends, it's Coach Roger, your Live Younger, Longer health coach. Hope you're doing well today. For those of you returning, it's so good to have you back. And for newcomers, welcome. I hope this message resonates with you. And if you're at a point where you need to make some decisions, it helps you make those decisions. Because we're all about living younger, longer, and helping each other do that. And for newcomers, remember, when you hear that whistle, pay serious attention. Today's title is I'm Not Going to Sit Down and Die. Let me repeat that. I'm not going to sit down and die. Last week, we ended up with a simple phrase that's been sticking in my mind all week. Don't count birthdays, count deposits. The more I thought about it, the more I realized these aren't just words. Yesterday, I met someone who is living them. I was at the church for a meeting, and afterwards I stopped a gentleman walking that I see almost every time I'm at the church, other than Sunday mornings. He walks laps up and down our long driveway. I said, "Sir, can I ask you something? Why do you walk so much?" He smiled. He told me he was 83 years old. He was an Army veteran. Didn't have to go to Vietnam. He got out of the service in 1965. And he lost his wife a couple of years ago. Then he said something I'll never forget. He said, "I decided I wasn't going to sit around and decline." That's big. That's something. That's part of thriving after 55 and so on. He's retired from selling carpet and carves wood for a hobby. Carves other things such as walking sticks, canes, and, as he puts it, thangs, which is a bit southern for y'all. That's THANGS, thangs. He's worked local festivals. He's worked our annual hot air balloon festival in the fall, and stays busy creating things with his hands. Then he looked at me and said, "I'm alone, but I'm not going to sit down and die." That hit me. Not because he walks, not because he carves wood, but because he made a decision. He refused to let age become an excuse. That's exactly what I've been saying the past year and a half. Thriving after 55, 65, 75, 80 doesn't have to begin with perfect health, and probably isn't going to begin with perfect health. It begins with a decision. How are you going to do it? If you got a health problem, deal with it. Pay attention. What can you do naturally? What can you do with the pharmaceuticals? What can you do with real food? And to go back to the statement from last week, don't count years, count deposits. It all begins with that decision. Every walk is a deposit. Every healthy meal is a deposit. Every workout, every good night's sleep, every encouraging conversation. These are all deposits. Birthdays happen automatically. Deposits happen intentionally. Let me repeat that. Deposits happen intentionally. Okay? For those returning, you know that but for newcomers, pay serious attention. I'm building more than a YouTube channel. I'm building a community of seniors helping seniors live younger longer. For that to happen, I need your help. I repeat, I need your help. I need to know what you're thinking. What are you struggling with? What are you afraid of? What victories have you already had? Because if I know your questions, I can create videos and answer them. And maybe your answer will help someone else. That's what building a community is about. So let me ask you a few questions. What is your biggest challenge as you get older? What has worked for you that others could learn from? If you could ask a health coach one question, what would it be? What almost caused you to give up? Who inspires you? If you're over 70 or over 80, what advice would you give someone who just turned 60? Yeah. I'd really love to know your answers, to read your answers. I'll answer them. We'll have a discussion. I believe your experience can become someone else's encouragement. My mission as your Live Younger Longer health coach isn't simply to teach or preach lean principles. It's to add value to your life, to listen to your concerns, to encourage you, to help you discover what's possible. That's why this gentleman inspired me so much. He wasn't preaching, he was simply living his life and showed me that maybe we can do that for each other. One comment at a time, one story at a time, one healthy deposit at a time. So until next time, don't count birthdays, count deposits. Aging is inevitable. Aging well is a choice. If this story meant something to you, don't just click like, share your answer in the comments. What keeps you from sitting down and declining? Your story may be exactly what another senior needs to hear. And if you'd like to join our community of seniors helping seniors live younger longer, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe. Remember, we're not just growing older, we're growing together. Together, that is seniors helping seniors live younger longer. I'll see you next week. And remember what Hippocrates said in the 4th century BC. Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. Thanks for tuning in. God bless. Subscribe, like, share, and come back next week. We're going to have some good words again. And remember, it takes a village to build a community. I need your help. Thanks so much for being here. Here's how you can reach me. Talk to you soon, and have a blessed week.